Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to see Power BI scenario based interview question and we are going to see solution for this step by step. So this is the most important question which can be asked whoever is having an experience of more than 6 months, 1 year or more than 1 year. So it can be asked up to 7 to 8 years as well, right? So in this one particular scenario based questions, your interviewer is asking or he's trying to see if you are having knowledge of 4 to 5 functionalities, some other functionalities as well, right? So I recommend you to see this complete video, go through step by step solution, how this particular scenario has been resolved. And at start, I would recommend you so you can see in front of your screen the scenario based question. So you know the question, try it for 5 to 10 minutes. And if you are able to solve, it's well and good. And if you're not, you can go through the step by step solution which I am providing over here, and then you will be ready to go, and you will also learn different functionalities from this from where it will be used for in real time practice as well, right? So because this is mostly used in real time projects as well, so those who are freshers, they can also watch it, right? So now let's go ahead, and your interviewer is asking you a question that create a daily sales column chart. Okay, and so a daily sales column chart he is asking, and with a monthly slicer. Okay, so he want to show a monthly slicer as well over there, and then he's asking you to calculate average sales for selected months. Okay, so whichever months you are selecting by using those slicer, you have to find average sales for those, and then he asks us to color those bars. Okay, so whoever having like out of those bars, if they are above average, then um color it as green, and if those are below average, then color it as red. Okay, and for this entire solution, he is asking us to use a date table, or we also call this as a calendar table, right? So in this one scenario based question, he is asking you, I can say a smaller questions of 4 to 5, I can say parts, right? So we are going to solve this question in parts itself. So if you can see here, so the step by step solution, what we are going to do here is first we are going to utilize a date table, right? So first we will create a date table or a calendar table for our analysis. Then we will create a column chart that displays the daily sales data. Then we will apply a slicer which will allow us to modify the data or change the data with respect to that slicer. Then we will find out the average sales for the selected month. Then we will apply the conditional formatting, that is bars above average should be colored as green, and then bars above below average those should be covered as red. So you can see there are 5 options or 5 parts we are going to break this solution, and then we will be getting the we can say the entire end solution for this particular question. So remember, if you are able to solve this question, you are selected for that interview, because one question carries 5, I can say one scenario based question carries small five scenario based questions, right? In one single 5 steps are involved. Okay, I can say more than 5 are involved, but these are the main steps, right? So we will go again back to our page, and now here we will solve our scenario based question. So first step is we will create a date table. So the data which we are going to use is the sales data orders table. So I have already connected to it. It is a Excel file. I will add it the link in the description box from where you can go ahead and download it, right? So before moving ahead into our video, I would like to discuss an inspiring story of Wakar Ahmed, who completed his data scientist course from Odin School and then got placed with 15 plus LPA package in Sony company. So if you see his entire journey, he initially was working as a supporting role. Then he worked as BDA, that is nothing but business development associate. And later he joined Odin School where he completed his entire data scientist course. And then he joined senior data analyst in Sony company with 15 plus LPA package. So if you want to read this entire story, I will add the link in the description box. You can read how he transformed his career. So Odin School's data science course is a live instructor led course where you will be not only learning the theoretical concept, but they will teach you the project based learnings. They will take different mock interviews, and there will be a dedicated job application portal as well after you complete this entire course. The entire data science course syllabus consists of different modules in which they will teach you SQL basics, SQL advanced, advanced Excel, statistics, Power BI, machine learning, generative AI, storytelling, Python, Snowflake, They will also not teach you the technical things, but non-technical things also, like communication skills, personal skills, how to do different problem solvings, how to give interview in front of interviewer, and many more. So when you say project-based learning, so they will be teaching you with different real-time projects like COVID-19 prediction, credit card approval, health insurance prediction, bank term deposit projects, customer chain rate predictions, then housing price predictions as well. And they have also mentioned few projects where you can just view that projects. You can see the overview of this video. You can just click on view, and here you can see the entire overview of this particular video, so that you will know what is been exactly mentioned in this particular project, what they will exactly teach you and all those things. Once you complete this entire data science course, they have 500 plus hiring organizations. So after you do this course, they will take different mock interviews and they will help you to connect this particular 500 hiring organizations. So you will have a high chance of getting job as well. The upcoming cohort or upcoming batch for this particular data science course is 25th May 2024. And there are two options for payment. So option one is direct payment. So in this option one, the course fee will be 75,000 plus GST. And if you are applying now, you will get an early bird offer of 10,000 rupees. That is, you will get 10,000 off on this particular course fee. And you can reserve your seat by paying rupees 5,000 plus GST. And not only these, but you will also have an EMI options for 3, 6, 9 or 12 months as well. So this is for option one. So option two is pay on success. So in this, you have to pay upfront 40,000 rupees plus GST. And with addition to that, after you are getting placed in any organization, you have to pay 10% of your annual CTC, right? So guys, what are you waiting for? Just book your seat now. I will add the link in the description box, which will help you to come to this particular website and book your seat and start your journey towards success. So let's move ahead with our video. So now we are going to make use of orders table. So you have different columns over here. So first what we will do, we will create a date table. Okay. So date table or a calendar table. So for that, I will go in table view. So just go in table view. In table tools, you have an option called new table. So I will just click on this new table and I will name our table as date table, or whatever you can choose, calendar table also. So I will use date table. Okay. And so here he's testing if you are if you know how to create date table or not. Okay. So for that we will do calendar function. So I will be using a calendar function for that. So calendar functions takes two arguments. First is start date and end date. So we should specify what should be the start date. So I will take minimum. Okay, so I will take minimum of date. Okay, so the date we will be calling it from the main table which we are having, that is orders table. So that is nothing but order date, right? And I will close this bracket, comma. Then we have to find out my end date. So it will be the what? Maximum. Okay, so it will be the maximum of our second, again the order date. Okay, so it will be again the order date, or I will just choose it as date over here, right? So it will be date. Then I will close this bracket and close the calendar bracket and just hit enter. So as soon as you see I do this, you will get all the dates which are there, which falls between minimum and maximum dates. All the dates will be listed over here. So we have approximate 1 year of data. You can see from 1st of January to 30th of December. Okay, we don't have 31st, right? So after creating a date table as per our requirement, we want to find out daily sales. So what we will do, we will extract the day number from this particular date, and also we want to show a slicer which will be with respect to month. So we will also we can say extract the month name from this particular date. So for that we will write a new calculation for new column. So I will take a new column from here, and first we will write day calculation. So I will take I will name the column as day, and we will write a DAX calculation as a day itself, and we will extract the date from this particular date. We will extract the day, and I will just hit enter. So as soon as you do, you can see the day number of from each particular date has been extracted in this new column, right? So here you can say 12 12, you can say 18 18, likewise. Okay, so for each and every date it has been extracted. Similarly we will do it for month. Okay, so I will take a new column again, and we will find out the month name. Okay, so we will take the month name from here. All right, and I will name it as month. So for that we will use format function. We cannot use month function because it will give us the number of that month. It will not give us the name of that month. So we will use format function for which value we want to find out for date table date column, and from here we will give the format in double inverted comma as 3 times m, double inverted comma will close it, and I will just hit enter. Okay, so you can see we are getting the name of that particular month that is in 3 letters. If you are typing it at full, that if you add one more m over here, it will give us in the full, right? That is nothing but full name. Okay, so this is fine for us. Now we have created the date table, but always remember, once we have created the date table, it has been not connected to our original table, that is orders table, right? So for that, we have to create a data model. So I will go in data model view over here, and here we can see there is a date, and from this date table has been created from this order date. Okay, so what we will do, I will take order date and I will just drag it and place it over on this particular date. Okay, so as soon as you do, you can see a relationship has been created, and it is nothing but from one to many, because this particular date table have unique date on each and every row, while here on this particular date there might be duplicate dates. So that is nothing but star, that is nothing but many, right? So this you already know. So now we will go to our report view. So before moving ahead into the video, let me also introduce you to my website where I have different data analyst material and projects available. So in first, you can see I have data analyst complete material where you can get the material on different tools like Excel, data warehouse, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, and Python. In this also you will get different real-time projects, interview questions, handwritten notes. The entire Power BI and all the tools syllabus is also mentioned with the links which are available for those particular videos. Okay, so you can read the description before the purchase. Then you can see I have different Power BI projects. 13 unique Power BI projects on different domain is also available. Then different Tableau projects, 15 different Tableau projects are also available. Then specific tool material also, if you want, like for Power BI, you can see what are the notes that are mentioned, what are the different topics. You can see interview questions, ebooks, cheat sheets, ppts, various materials are available. You just have to click over here. You can read the entire description what is mentioned in that. Okay, similarly I have it for Tableau material, SQL material is also there. And if you want to connect with me one to one, you can just select any of this particular session. You can book the call and you can connect with me for the one to one meeting as well. Right. So now let's move ahead with our video. So now once you are in report view, what we will do, our second step, that is to create a column chart, right? It's daily basis column, sales column chart. So for that, I will take a stack column chart from here and I will just strike it and I will just increase the size of it, right? So now next what we have to do, we have to show it with respect to sales. For sales, what I'll do, I'll just create a measure for it, that is total sales. I will just right click over here, click on new measure, and we will create a new measure that is nothing but total sales. Okay, so and I will simply use sum of sales. It is nothing but we are taking sum of sales to show monthly sales, which will be aggregated value. So I will just click on OK, and I will close this. And now we have to show daily sales. So from this date table, we have created date. That is, we have extracted days. I will just take day and I will add it on x-axis, and I will take total sales which has been created. I will add it on y-axis. So you can see the daily sales has been created over here, right? So now we have to show it for with respect to 1 month. Okay, that will be our third step. So I will just go ahead and create a slicer over here. So this will be our slicer, and we will take a month name over here, right? So we will just quickly do some formattings for this slicer. It will be our drop down value, and the selection will be single select. Okay, we will just show value for a single select value. Okay, that is nothing but from here we can only select one single value, right, for one particular month at once. Okay, so we'll just click on December, or just let's select November month. Okay, so now we have selected the November month, and we can see all the sales are being projected over here. So this will be for 1st of November, 2nd of November, 3rd of November, right? So now next step is what we have to create an average line over here. So for average line, what we will do, I will create a calculation over here. I will just right click over here and I will create a new measure. So now here it is important, create an average sales. You cannot use a simple average function, right? Because when you use a simple average function, it will give us the average of entire data set. Okay, we just want for this selected month only, right? So in our scope right now, the scope of our visual is that it is only selected for November month, and for that particular month only we have to find out the, we can say, average sales. So for that, what we will do, I will name it as average sales, and here we will be using a function called as average x. Okay, so it is taking two argument, that is table for, but we will use one more function over here, that is all selected. Okay, so this is a filter function. So now what all selected actually does is it will give us the values with respect to whatever filters or slicer values we have selected. So that's the reason we have selected the all selected value. So in all selected value, so for which particular scope we have to find out the average. So we have to find out for this day value, right? So that is nothing but day from this date table. So we will select the day from date table. Okay, I will close the bracket for all selected, comma, the second argument is for expression, that is average x, for which expression, that is nothing for total sales. Okay, so we have to find out the average of this complete sales. I will just close the bracket and I will just hit end. Okay, so now average has been we have detected and we have found out the average as well. So now we have to create an average line over here first, right? So to create an average line, what we will do, I will just select the visual and go to this particular analysis visual, then go to constant line, and here we have an option called add line. Okay, so here we will go ahead and add the average line. You have an option here called function, just click on this fx, and here from here we will choose our average sales. Okay, just select the average sales, just click on OK. Okay, so as soon as you do, you can see an average line has been appeared over here. We will choose it in black color, and we will turn on the data label as well, right? So you can see the value of this average is nothing but for November month it is 3948.48. Okay, if you change the month to August, you can say average is changing, right? So for this particular month, this is the average. That's the reason we have used the all selected. So for May, again it will change. So for March it will change, likewise. Okay, so for October it will change, right? So again for November it will again change, right? So now our last step is that we have to provide and calculation such that whichever bars are exceeding this particular average line, those are above average and those should be given the color as green, and those whichever bars are less than this average, it should be given as red colors, right? So for that, it's a simple conditional formatting. So what we will do, I will just create a measure for that. Simple way is to create a measure, and I will name it that particular bar as underscore. I will name it as color bars. Okay, so for we will name it, you can name anything, color bars. I will name it as color bars, and I will use an if condition. Okay, so simple if condition we will use. Logical test, for which logical test? Okay, so if average of sales, okay, so if average of sales, if it is greater than or equal to, okay, if it is greater than or equal to total sales. Okay, so if it is equal, greater than or equal to total sales, so what should be the result if it is true? So if it is true, it should be above average. Okay, and second, what should be result if it is false? If it is false, that is if it is less than that the total sales, then it will be below average. Getting? So it will be below average, right? And we will close the parse. So just check if this condition is correct. So this condition should be different, like total sales should be greater than or equal to. So it was my confusion, so we'll just click here, and it should be total sales should be greater than or equal to average. Okay, simple. So if this total sales are greater than this particular average, or if it is equal to, then it is above average. If it is not satisfying this condition, then it is below average. A simple mistake was done, so you can resolve it at your end. You might also have found that when I read this calculation, right? So I'll just click on OK. Right, now what we will do, I will just select this visual, go in this format visual, then go in columns, and here you have an option called as conditional formatting. Just click here, and instead of gradient we will use a field value. Okay, and for which field? That is nothing for color bars field. Okay, and instead of field value we will set rules. Okay, for rules for this color, so if it is above average, okay, so now make sure that you do not do any spell mistakes, because it is case sensitive. Whatever you have wrote in the calculation, same you have to write here. That is, if it is above average, Okay, then we have to choose it as green color. So I will go in more colors, and from here we will choose as this color. Okay, any random green color. Then new rule. Okay, if it is below average, okay, then we will choose it as red color. So just select the red color from here. Okay, and I'll just click on OK. So as soon as you do, you can see whichever bars are there above this average line, those are now in green color, and below those are in red color. Right, so this was the entire scenario which was asked, right? So if you change the month from here, let's say for April, you can say with respect to April, again the bars are changing and we are getting the desired output. So for December also, right, he may further ask you the question that the months which are arranged in this particular slicer, they should be from January to December, right? That is sorting, or we can say arrangement of this should be from in descending or ascending order. So for that, what we have to do is, so this is an extra question it which may be asked for you. So we will just go in table view, go to date table, and here we have to create a new column to create a sort for this, and I will name it as month number. Okay, and we will use a month function simple for this, month of date. Okay, so month of this particular date column, close this, and you'll just hit enter. You can see the month of this particular month number has been shown over here, right? So we'll again go here, then select this month name. Okay, select this month name and go to this and sort it by month number. Okay, so now as soon as you do, you can see it is from January, February, March up to December, right? Perfect sorting is been done, right? So in this way, we are solving this question, guys, and you might have noticed or you might have realized that for solving this entire complete solution, we have gone through 7 to 8 functionalities, 3 to 4 DAX functions, conditional formattings, date tables, then sorting as well, creating average line, conditional formatting for that average line, and all those things, right? So in this one scenario, he have covered many points, and this one single scenario, if you are solving in interview, there is an 100% chance that you will be shortlisted in that interview, right? So I hope you have understood, you have learned so many things from this particular interview question. If you have, share this with your friends who are working in this particular industry, trying to find a job in this particular data analyst industry, and share it with your friends. Go ahead and like this particular video if you have learned something, and subscribe the channel for more such particular questions and projects and different tips and tricks in Power BI. So see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.